This is the Dark Souls 3 boss tier list. So this is how I'm gonna rate these. I'm gonna rate them based off of difficulty, spam, boss design, level design, and that's it. Difficulty and spam, those don't really go hand in hand, but it can, because low gear, actually no, that's someone like low gear from Bloodborne, someone that spams mage moves, I hate them, so they're automatic F tier. Difficulty could be a good thing. If the boss is difficult, that's good because you could learn their moveset, and the more you learn the moveset and overcome that difficulty, it just feels that much more fulfilling, aka Millennia. Once I learned her moveset and I was dodging her moves left and right and I finally killed her, the feeling of accomplishment, that dopamine rush, that's what Souls-like players love, and that's why we love Souls games, because we'll be struggling for hours, days, months on bosses or just levels, and we can't figure it out, and then we finally beat it, and we're just like, I did it. And that's the reason why I feel like Elden Ring was one of my favorite games, because it was the hardest game I've ever played in my life, but I actually beat it. So we're gonna start with Abyss Watchers. They were not too bad. They were cool. Design is dope. They weren't too spammy, but they did get a little crazy in the second phase. So I'm gonna have to put them in the middle. I'm gonna put that at C. They weren't my favorite, and I don't like fighting two bosses at the same time. That's not cool. Aldrich, he was a cool design, you know, but I hated the pillars that were in the way. You know, I put her at a B. The Ancient Wyvern, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would hate this dragon because there's a thing to it, but I figured it out right away. I was like, if the dragon is on the ground, head is its weakness, you just jump on the head. So I ran all the way up to the top. I jumped on his head, but you have to nail it. If you miss, then you die. If you get it, it's an insta kill. So I'll put that at a B. You know, kind of cool. If I was a noob, actually no, not if I was a noob, because I was a noob playing this. If I was just not really thinking outside the box and I just sat there to try to beat him, I know I would die several times, and people would be like watching that stream laughing at me saying, haha, wait till he gets it. And if that was the case, it would have been an F tier, but I understood the assignment and I accomplished the mission, so I put him at B. The Champion of Gundyr is cool because it's the intro boss, and oh no, that's the Champion of Gundyr, not the, that's the second one, the second time you fight him, I think. Yeah, Eudix, whatever, Eudix Gundyr, that's the intro boss. He's just like a harder version of him, so it's a copy paste, therefore F tier for him. But Eudix Gundyr was a cool boss, cool intro boss. I'm gonna have to put him at A. You may be asking why above these bosses, because when I didn't know what Dark Souls was and I played this game for the first time and I got to him and I got him into that second phase where you brought out that worm, I was like literally, I was just sitting in front of the TV. I was like, oh, so this is Dark Souls. And I was like, I understand now. And I don't know, it made me hate the game in a way too. I was like, I don't think I'm ever gonna play this game again. And then I come back years later beating it and I'm like, oh, it was actually that easy. Eudix Gundyr kind of speaks to the noob. It's like, do you really want to go through this journey? Because this is just the beginning. You're gonna see way worse than me. I promise. Just watch. Just wait. And I wasn't ready for it, so I quit in the beginning. But years later, 10 years later, wait, 7 years later, man's too lit overcomes. The Grave Tender Great Wolf and the Champion Grave Tender, I hated that. One of the worst bosses of all time, but not worse than Champion Gundyr. So I'm gonna have to put them at D. The Crystal Sage wasn't too bad. Cool design though. Put it at C with the Abyss Watchers. Yeah, you gotta be mentally prepared for Elden Ring, man. You're gonna go through some stuff that you just, why would this game do that to me, man? Like, you see me complain about Lies of P. The reason why I was complaining about that, I was like, you're not Elden Ring. You're not From Software. You can't troll me like this. Like, that's why it was so good. That's why I put Lies of P top tier. Definitely a 9 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10. Okay, moving on. The Great Wood Tree. I hated this thing. It looked disgusting, but it was kind of cool. There was like a gimmick to beating it too, like getting the eggs and stuff, or hitting the eggs. But it was annoying with the arms coming out. It was like you're fighting the Mikola egg with arms and just always rolled all over the place. And it was just a big, great Deku tree from Legend of Zelda. Imagine the great Deku tree from the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, and this is its demon. And it's out to kill you. Didn't like it. But it was cool. So I put it at C. Dancer of the Boreal Valley. Okay, this one was a cool boss. I did hate it because I struggled with it, but it was one of the coolest bosses in the game. So I'm gonna have to put that at an A. Dark Eater Midir. Oh my goodness. You may think I put him at F tier because he deserves it. But no. This was the best level design that you could ask for a dragon, first of all, because you know dragons are big and they fly all over the place. So you're gonna need space when you're running away from this dragon. And I'm glad that Dark Souls 3 or From Software said, hey, let's give you a big room because this is going to be annoying. But think about it this way. If you didn't watch my Dark Souls 3 playthrough, let me spell it out for you. When you get to Dark Eater Midir, there's like a pit that you got to drop in. You fall in Undertale style and you hit the ground. And when you land like you're Captain America or Superman or something, do your superhero landing. You're like, woof. And then you look up, the music starts, and then you see this big purple steel looking dragon in front of you. His name is Midir, and he's like, I'm coming for them cheeks. You thought the cheek spreader from Apex Legends that I played the other day with that victory was the original cheek spreader? Nah, this is the OG cheek spreader. Dark Eater Midir. He got Eater in his name, bro. Come on. The OG cheek spreader. Anyways, you would think I would put him at F, but he deserves an S tier. One of the coolest boss fights I ever had. Most difficult, of course, but coolest. Deacons of the Deep, that was just stupid because you have to find Waldo like half the time. It was annoying, I guess you could say, because it was like the congregation. Like imagine Joel Osteen, right? No offense, but okay, no, let's do it a little different. A lot of people really offended because of religion and stuff. So imagine Kanye West. There you go. The Deacon of the Deep gets the cult of his people together down in the deep. They would say, what you know about rolling down in the deep? Well, the deacons know for sure. They're just chilling and the congregation is together and you just got to find Kanye. And then you hit him until he's dead. Yo, bro, spread it, eat the cheek. No, don't do that. But the Deacons of the Deep, bars. I'm gonna put them at a C. You may think D because Deacons of the Deep, right? Actually, you're right. So I'm gonna put it at D. The Demon Prince, really cool looking design for the boss. His moves are really predictable. I don't know. It didn't really push me in any direction except for being mad that I was dying so many times to such an easy and predictable boss. So I'm gonna put him at D. You may think it's because of Demon and his difficulty. No, it was the fact that he was so easy. I kept on dying and it was just annoying. The Dragon Slayer armor. Okay, so level design pristine. When you walk in there, you see that dragon flying into the sky. I almost got caught up where looking at the dragon and then getting killed by him. I learned that on like the Dark Souls 3 Reddit that everyone who played against or fought the Dragon Slayer for the first time, they saw the dragon fly up and they're like, oh, that's the boss? And then smack, they get killed by the Dragon Slayer armor. I'm like, wait, that happened to you? But then I looked back at my playthrough and I was like, oh yeah, that did happen to me, or almost happened to me. But I just reacted fast enough because, you know, I'm Himothy. I'm Himzel Washington, you know what I'm saying? Dragon Slayer armor, definitely S tier. Really cool boss fight. Difficult boss too, but it was fun nonetheless. Half-Light? Who's Half-Light? Did I fight Half-Light? Hold on real quick. I don't remember who that is. Oh, that boss. That boss wasn't too hard. It was like the big boss, and you thought that was the original boss, but it was actually the swarms of NPCs from Elden Ring that you fight. No, that wasn't really cool. That's an F tier. Stupid fight. Anything with more than one boss to fight is stupid. Unnecessary. Unless if it's Lothric and Lorien, that's an exception. Because you're not fighting two separate people. You're fighting one, technically, because his brother is on his back. And he does magic while the other guy is swinging his sword. So that you know, it's fair. You're not fighting two things separate and you have to look at two directions at the same time. That's not cool. I'm not cross-eyed, so I can't see both ways. So Lothric and Lorien, that was just a interesting fight. I wouldn't say it was cool. I wasn't amazed at all. It wasn't difficult. Wasn't easy. It was like in between. Put it at a C. Okay, the Nameless King though. You feel uneducated? Oh, so this is DS3 tier list. What up, Orn? These are all the bosses. The Nameless King, one of the hardest bosses in the game. Definitely. Really cool world or level. You're like in the clouds. Then you have to fight his dragon. I learned quick the dragon's weakness. Yeah, I just kept on hitting the head until he dropped off the dragon, got him to his second phase. In his second phase, it was pretty interesting. You know, you just gotta know when he swings, because he has a large area of attack with his greatsword, but he also swings very fast and unpredictable. And he does lightning too, so that's a thing. I want to put him at S, but he just didn't really. I didn't feel amazed when I fought him. But when I beat him, I was like, oh cool, I beat him. So I put him at A. Oseros. Who's Oseros again? Oh yeah, this thing. The dragon mage thing wasn't even that bad. That one was interesting. Wasn't hard either. But cool boss design, you know. It looked like a dragon with a cubone head, and it had wings. Well, broken wings. I put that one at a B. Trying to absorb as much as you can because you already know Elden Ring gonna have to clench up. Yeah, you gotta clench up for Elden Ring, man. It's gonna be crazy. But I promise, once you beat Elden Ring, you're probably gonna want to backtrack on the games. So maybe Bloodborne after, then DS3, then 1, 2. It's up to you. All right, so the old Demon King. Wait, did I get the Demon Prince confused with the Demon King? Oh, yeah. Shoot. The Demon Prince. All right, so no. I take that back. The Demon Prince is a F tier because that's that dual boss demon fight. I got the old Demon King mixed up with that guy. The Demon Prince had a really cool level though, pretty big. But having to fight two big old demons, two Balrogs, like from Lord of the Rings, that's going to be a no for me, dog. So I'm good. And Pontiff Sulyvahn. I hated that guy. I hated him. I hated fighting him. He was one of the hardest bosses in the game. And then he had a shadow clone in his second phase. He was so fast and he didn't stop swinging either. And his combos seemed like they never stopped. Oh yeah, levels sucked too. Couldn't really roll anywhere. Yeah, there's no but for this. I hated Pontiff. D. Sister Fried. Oh yeah, Sister Fried, the ice girl with her dad or the guy with the big old jar. Didn't like that. I did not like that. Cool boss though. I didn't like it. Put that at D as well. Slave Nightingale. You would think because he has the name Slave in it, I'll put him at F, but no, he just looked cool. Really cool moves. Probably the best location of a boss fight because you're in like the Sahara Desert. You know, you're in the sand. It's really, everything is like falling, the crumbling Azula farms, it looks like. And then this guy, he's just throwing red skulls at you. And then he does red attacks like he's doing Rivers of Blood all the time. Like he doesn't know how to play Elden Ring. But this is Dark Souls 3, remember that. I would say he's at least an A tier boss. No, you know, I take that back. He's an S tier boss. I like the location. And he was cool to fight too. Took me a while to beat him, but he was fun. Soul Ascender, I hated him, but really cool boss fight. And it is the final boss fight technically, so I'm gonna have to put him at S. Vort of the Boreal Valley, soundtrack slaps, S tier. Fun fight. High Lord Volnir, didn't really like him too much. Put you at a B though. You're not that bad. Yorm the Giant was an interesting one. He had a gimmick to him, but I didn't beat him with a gimmick. But if I figured out that gimmick, he would have been fun to fight. Yeah, still though, I'll put him at a B. And there's my Dark Souls 3 boss tier list. My DS3 boss tier list. Bada bing, bada bam, bada bop, boom, pow. And there you have it. Those are all my those are all my Souls tier lists for today. Hopefully you enjoyed that.